thought I was worth saving, so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for, so you sacrificed your life, so I could be free, so I could be whole, so I could tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving, so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for, so you sacrificed your life, so I could be free, so I could be whole, so I could tell everyone I know. Hallelujah, glory, hallelujah, to the God that changed my life. And I will praise you, I'll lift you up, I'll give you glory, because I am free, because I am whole, and I can tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving, so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for, so you sacrificed your life, so I could be free, so I could be whole, so I could tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving. Love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. You thought I was worth saving. How are y'all doing out there? My name is Shirley, and I go by Niambis. It's just my artist name. And that song means a lot to me, and it takes me home because it reminds me of home. It reminds me of my mama's kitchen. You thought I was worth saving, and I'm worthy. So I love that. I love that about that song. It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel comforted. And this next one that I'm gonna do for you is Don't Let the Devil Ride. And that song is about making choices. I grew up and we always sat around. We had self-help sessions on Sunday and on once a week. And it's about improving yourself. And it's about you making choices. So this song means choice to me. It's a Don't Let the Devil Ride. Don't let the devil ride. Don't let the devil ride. 'Cause if you let him ride, he gon' wanna drive. Don't let him ride. Listen, don't let him drive your car. I said, don't let him drive your car. 'Cause if he drives your car, he'll take you too far. Don't let him drive. don't let him flag you down. I said, don't let him flag you down. If he flags you down, he'll turn your soul around. Don't let him drive. Don't let the devil drive. I said, don't let the devil ride. Because if you let him ride, he gon' wanna drive. Don't let him ride. Don't let him flag you down. I said, don't let him flag you down. Cause if he flag you down, he'll turn your soul around. Don't let him drive. Don't let the devil ride. And that song is just a great song to me. And it's a fun song to do. So I hope you all had fun on that song. And you know what? My inspiration for music, it comes from my mother and Mr. Vasalunas. Mr. Vasalunas, first my mother was just, we had a piano we were raised in the projects and we had a piano in the front room. We didn't have a TV, and I think the TV was in her room, and we could watch, 1 hour TV a week or something. But mostly we took instruments. And I remember I went to the South End Music Center, and Mr. Vasalunas was my instructor, was my music teacher. And he was the first year violinist, and he played in the Boston Symphony Orchestra. And he was just a very kind man. And I remember, and I think he was Lithuanian, the room always smelled like garlic. Mr. Vasalunas was never sick, he never missed a lesson, and he was never late. And I remember I told him that I hadn't practiced one, and I was just cavalier like a kid, I was just foolish. And I told him I hadn't practiced. And he got very thoughtful and very pensive, and he said, I'm gonna have to find a way to make you practice, Cheryl. And he said, maybe stars. He said, I'm gonna give you a star on your page. So from then on, he gave me a stars on my lesson. And I practiced, but mostly it wasn't for the stars. It was for the fact that I didn't want to see that look that he gave me. It was just very hurt. So he always gave me 2 tickets to his concerts on Boston Symphony Orchestra. We never went, and we didn't have a car, we didn't whatever, but we didn't go. But he never asked me about not going, and he never made me feel bad about not going. And occasionally he would play a little something for me, so I enjoyed that. He was just a kind man. And my mother, we started our days, music is just part of my life. We started our days, and we lived in Virginia. We had a wood burning stove. We had wood burning stoves all over the house, and in the front room, and in the kitchen, we just had a wood burning stove. We didn't have a gas stove, and she never turned around to us in the morning. She would always say good morning, and she would start singing, and she would start singing some old gospel. So that is kind of the way I grew up, is just with a lot of music in our life. And just sitting around. My brother played, he played trumpet, my sister played clarinet and flute, I played violin, and we had that old piano. I know that my mother took a television out of our front room, and she brought the piano in, and one day we came home from school and the piano was sitting there. And as a kid, I liked to watch Batman and all that other stuff that was on TV, but she took it out, and it was a big move for her. I think she was just an extraordinary woman. She was an extraordinary woman because she taught us to dream. And one of the poems she taught us was, your mind has the way of a magic mill. Be sure that you don't abuse it, and use it and it will work for you. So, you know, and it's just about dreaming and about sinking those things and those thoughts that help you move forward in life. And it's not about so much about where you are, because where you are is, you might not want to be, you might not want to stay where you are, but it's where you're going. And you have to keep your mind in that positive direction. I learned that from my mom, and I really do appreciate that. And she brought things into our life, and she brought music into our life. She brought music into life, all kinds of music. I mean, all kinds of music. I mean, we listen to country, we listen to classical, we listen to R&B, we listen to gospel. So it wasn't, you know, and I used to wake up in the morning with KYGO, because I'm an airway system specialist, and I used to wake up in the morning to KYGO and just some, it was nice music, and that was a country station. It was nice music. So I'm not used to just being squeezed down to one type of music. I think there's all types of music, and you can find me on ReverbNation.com. And Inside Nova, I did something, and they had an article. They had a lot of article for Durandi Coffee House, and so I played it on Thursday. And it's just it's a good space to be in. It's a comforting, supportive space, and I just love it. And I'm on SoundCloud, and I go by the artist name of Niambis. So hopefully you guys will visit. Bye. So you clean me up inside. You thought I was to die for. So you sacrificed your life so I could be free, so I could be whole, so I could tell everyone I know. Hallelujah, glory, hallelujah, to the God that changed my life. And I will praise you, I'll lift you up, I'll give you glory, because I am free, because I am whole, and I can tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving, so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for, so you sacrificed your life so I could be free, so I could be whole, so I could tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving. Love lifted me. Love lifted me.
Thank you. That was a song by Donnie McClurkin. And I am of the firm belief that that song and the lyrics to the song speak loudly today. The song is entitled Speak to My Heart. And one of the lyrics goes, if I can hear from you, then I'll know what to do. And oftentimes we find ourselves in a quandary, in a crossroads, major decisions that we have to make. And our biggest asset and our biggest benefit that we have is the ability to hear God's voice. And when we can set aside all of the other things, all of the other noises in the world, all of the other voices that try to strive against God's command and his word in our lives, and we can just settle ourselves and say to him, speak to my heart, for then I'll know what to do. I strongly believe that that song is just as poignant today in my life as it was when I first heard it way back in 1990s, not long after I first made a serious commitment to the Lord. And I just believe that if you settle yourself into the things of God and just allow him to speak, he will speak and he will direct you, and you will never be disappointed. Even though he might say wait, he might even say no. But ultimately, I know from the track record that he's built in my life that he has my best interest in mind and has never let me down. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm also of the firm belief that we sometimes get sidetracked into understanding what true Christianity is. And it's not about houses and cars and land, oh my, but it is about a life that God gave so that we would have life with him and then allow him to live that life through us. The Clark sisters sang a song years and years ago, Is My Living in Vain? And this is a song that touched me way back then, and I still like it now because we do come to times in our lives when we are thrust in situations that we have to question. Is this in vain? Is my praying in vain? Is my speaking in vain? Is my giving in vain? But the Clark sisters remind us that no, of course not. And so as a jazz musician, as a gospel musician, as a musician period, I come to this and I play this song, Is My Living in Vain? Telling you that your life is not in vain. Your living is not in vain. You are here for a reason, for a purpose, and you're able to touch lives that other people cannot. And so I just say that ask this question of God. He's big enough to handle it, but know that his answer always is, of course not. There's eternal gain. Thank you. Your living is not in vain.